Here comes the bloom. Get ready or not. Shout out to Saliva.
And I'm sure all the Hearts fans are currently drooling with saliva because we've got Tony Bloom saying that he is wanting to end the Old Firm dominance after completing that £10 million investment. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's a great day in Scottish football. We have a team with £10 million to spend, and they're not in green and they're not in blue.
They're in maroon.
They are in maroon.
They are in maroon. Are they going to spend 10 million? No, but I tell you what, they've already spent a decent bit of money, wages. How many players the Hearts brought in? 6 or 7, and they're looking to add.
I believe it's 6.
So they've brought in 6, right? And now with this deal getting edged over the line, what are you expecting, right?
Big things.
Oh well. Are we looking at somebody being signed for like 2 million? Is that the question?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I am expecting.
That's tragic, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
yeah, I would go that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out, but I just think that the 10 million is more likely to be invested over a few transfer windows rather than just the summer transfer window. And not sure if we're going to see Hearts bring in someone at a couple of million. But I do think that we could maybe see a £7 million figure sum, which I don't think should be beyond Hearts, to be honest, without the Tony Bloom investment.
Yeah, so he's completed a £9.86 million deal to buy a 29% stake in the Ember
We'll just
Club.
round up to 10.
That's not how stakes work, though.
Well, no, we're not rounding up the stake, but we'll round up the 10.
If this was a stake, I think it would be raw. Because I tell you what, see this whole £10 million investment. It's like is he truly? So you're expecting Hearts to spend 10 million? Not just not just he's bought a part of the club. You are fully expecting across the next couple of windows for Hearts.
Well, that's what it's for. It's getting the £10 million was to be invested into the transfer budget. Just like the 49ers claim that they are investing 20 million into the range, although we haven't seen shit yet. But the point remains.
But see, no, I think there's a wee, something's getting lost here in translation. The 20 million is to help Rangers. I don't think it's specifically to spend on it in a transfer window, and it's the same here.
No, I think it is. A lot of Rangers fans have said that 20 million is for this transfer window. Well, a lot of Celtic fans have claimed that the 20 million is like a one-off sum money, and that's all they're putting into it.
No, it's not a one-off sum money, right? Some people are brain dead and think they've only spent 20 million to get 51% of the club. It's definitely not that, but it's in terms of like able to balance the books and sort them out, and then we're going to put money in as well. And with Hearts, I don't think this is going to be 10 million getting spent on players across a couple of windows. I think it's simply him buying a 29% stake so he can implement his transfer policy.
I'm pretty sure he did say that 10 million was going to be reinvested into the transfer budget.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. 49ers or Tony Bloom, right? What's going to happen? We'll have to judge it after the transfer windows. It's alright sitting here at the end of June, so this and that. Let's see what they spend if they put their money where their mouth is.
Well, Tony Bloom, his mouth's been doing a lot of talking. He says that he wants to end the Old Firm's duopoly after spending and investing £10 million on Hearts. The multi-millionaire Brighton owner is also bringing in his long-term associate James Franks to the Tynecastle board.
Just to coincide with the Jamestown Analytics big man. But I tell you what, I thought this guy was a billionaire. Not that he's going to be spending billions on Hearts.
Well, yeah, if he's a billionaire, even better.
Even better indeed, but that's it though. See, if he's a billionaire, you think he would be putting a wee bit more in. Oh, but you have to spend within your means, guys. Fuck your means. Hearts should be looking to grab Scottish football by the throat. Bottom 6 last season.
When Jack and Victor went out to that restaurant, £140 wasn't within their means, but here, they spent it anyway.
Aye.
So, I think that's what Hearts should be doing.
Is there going to be a guy, is Norman going to be here?
I would
Thank you, Nori.
Spend the money and then just hope someone else pays for it at the end of the day. That's kind of...
Let's hope Tony Bloom doesn't get caught smoking and then he gets fucking booted out.
Can you imagine that? Hearts have got all these £1 million transfers lined up and this guy gets kicked out the club.
That'd be good,
right? There's nobody left to pay for them.
Do the analytics provide on that one?
No, they do not. Anyway, it's been 4 decades since a team outside of Celtic or Rangers have won the league. That's shocking. I don't care what the league is or how two-sided a league can be. It shouldn't be 40 years before a team outside the top.
Do you think...
Is there another league that's been that dominant? I doubt it. I can't think of one.
Do you think we can get to a situation where there'll be no one alive on Earth
that's witnessed a
team outside the Old Firm?
I mean, I don't think it's impossible.
That is fucking scary.
I don't think it will happen because you're talking...
Well, it'd be dead.
Yeah, you're
Because someone
you
about
know,
our age, well,
yeah,
your
but
age,
aye, right. The point I'm trying to make is, I mean, the oldest person alive is always going to be 100 in odds, aren't they? And then yeah, you could argue they don't like football, but they still would have been alive to have witnessed it. So it would need to be over it. The oldest person on planet Earth is always going to be at least 100. Right? You're never going to, the oldest person's never going to be like 98 or 99. So therefore, you would need to get 100 plus years without a team outside. I mean, it could happen, and I wouldn't rule it out, but football can change, and who's to say, I mean, it's unlikely, but who's to say in 10 years the landscape of Scottish football couldn't look different? Who's to say that Celtic couldn't be sent into League Two? And that could leave an opening for the Jambles to come in and.
Yeah, that could happen, definitely, but an interesting thing nonetheless.
Anyway, Bloom said he wants to disrupt the pattern of domination for Scottish football and that he believes that Hearts have got the ability to do that. He said the following after completing his 29% non-voting stake at Hearts. He said, quote, I firmly believe in the club's ability to disrupt the pattern of dominance of Scottish football, which has been in place for far too long. This great club has a bright future, and I look forward to seeing that unfold in the months and years ahead. The appointment of James as my representative on the board underlines the importance I attach to my investment in the club. James has been a trusted associate of mine for many years, and I believe that his wealth of experience in the football industry and strong business acumen will be a tremendous asset to the board and to the club. End of quote. Said appointment, Franks then added the following. He said, quote, I am honoured to become a board member at Hearts. From my first visit to Tynecastle in March 2024 as the initial step in the investment process, it was obvious to me just how special the club is. All of my subsequent visits and my interactions with the management team at the club and with the foundation of Hearts have strengthened that feeling, and I'm proud to now call myself a Jambo. I welcome the opportunity to play my part in an exciting new chapter in the history of this wonderful club. End of quote. Right. We also had a few statements from Andrew McKinley, but I'm sick of hearing from club CEO Andrew McKinley, so I'm not.
A prick, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got the end. Well, I mean, I just think I'm just sick of reading out statements from him. I don't care. I want to hear what Tony Bloom's got
What
to say.
What statement is Derek McInnes going to lay down on the 12th of July?
Well, that's the big one, isn't it? And like, surely Shanklin's got to be looking at what's happening with Hearts right now. He's got to think, you know what? I think it's worth.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's worth committing my future here. This club's going places, and I want to be a part of it. This rebuild.
Well, I did predict Derek McInnes will leave Hearts with more trophies than he won at Aberdeen.
Wouldn't be hard.
No, it wouldn't be hard, but
although
will he do it?
I mean, he won one trophy in 8-9 years at Aberdeen. Hearts haven't won a trophy in the last 8 or 9 years.
Look at Aberdeen's start to the season last year. It came off the fact they were in the League Cup group stage and they built up momentum. That's what Hearts have got to do. But tell you what, Dunfermline, Neil Lennon, Tynecastle, first game of the season, could be fireworks, could be an arse collapse.
Tell you what, it'd be a poor start if Derek McInnes can't run.
Oh, it would be. Of course it would be. But Hearts should be looking for a fantastic start. No European qualifiers to worry about. Just straight in.
Yeah.
Action.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's a chance for Hearts to get off to a good start and take an early lead, and I think
they will. Honestly, I know.
I think if Hearts can build up an early lead over the other teams, I don't think they'll let it slip.
Not rocket science stuff, folks. I think with Derek McInnes and this Hearts squad, he will definitely. There'll be quite a gap, I believe, between the top three and the rest of the league come November. In that time,
you're expecting Hearts to be closer to the top two than you do the rest of the league.
Definitely. I
hope you're right.
I think Big Derek, man, he's a safe bet. Hearts have already got a good squad. They've added to it. The clubs in the league, they've definitely done the best business. I mean, yeah, it depends, right, on pre-season and the cup and what actually happens. But I would kind of be shocked if Hearts look as bad as they did at any points last season under Derek McInnes.
Well, that will remain to be seen. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
You're a happy man, aren't you? That's all that matters.
Well, it can't go much worse than it did last year, so.
That's it. Anyway, we'll be back later on. More transfers, hopefully a wee bit more in that department. But until next time, peace.